night has come back. Pull up a Zoom box, grab a microphone, and get comfortable. It's about to go down. Good morning, good evening, and welcome to the online open mic presented by the legendary, the legendary Nuyorican Poets Cafe. I am your host. My name is Elemen2al. Happy Thursday. This is the jump off, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go. You already know what this is. So here comes another one. All right. Because we've been doing this and doing it well every Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific, streaming live on Facebook, YouTube, and X, formerly known as Twitter. Welcome to episode 26. If you're watching on one of these streams, and we truly appreciate you, and you would like to join us in the Zoom, the number's on your screen, 977-539-856. Jump in, join the greatest community in the world. Want to know why I say that? Trust and believe we're going to show you this evening. We do this and have been doing this week after week thanks to some dedicated folks who pay these bills. So we'd like to thank the New York State Department of Cultural Affairs, the Howard Gilman Foundation, the Poetry Foundation, and Brown University for hosting our free online events. You can add your energy to the mix with a tax-deductible donation by going to nuyorican.org/contribute. Every dollar counts. Also, appreciate all of your donations, helping us get the Slam team into the SoFi Regional. Is going down, believe it. Also, make sure you are plugging in with the dopest tech in the Zoomverse. The one and only Ron Mark Thompson, a.k.a. RMT. You're not down with RMT by now, damn it. You should be. Zach Hasdo. This is where you can find me, Elemen2al.com. Take out the T, put in the number 2, Elemen2al.com. So many things going on. Plug in, trust and believe. Tonight's theme, sowing seeds, the fabric of our lives, right? This just, to me, just screamed cotton for some reason, you know? We all sowing different seeds, right? And the fabric that made those things, right? They say the fabric of our lives that connects us in so many different ways. I believe that cotton is one of those things. So that's kind of where this was going, right? If your artwork is not on theme this evening, that is still totally cool. We are still looking forward to all of your magnificence that you are willing to share with us this evening. All right, so get it ready. Next week's theme coming at y'all. Summer madness, temperature tantrums. So this to me, right, as you know, clearly the weather patterns all over the country are just so sporadic. All over the world are so sporadic, right? And now here we are coming into another summer. Hurricane season is about to jump off. This is what I'm talking about, temperature tantrums, right? How the world's atmospheric pressure changes how everybody does things, right? So Make sure you plug me in next week. Also, make sure you are changing your Zoom name to coincide with how you want people to rock with you. All right, before or after you get down, make sure you are plugging your information in. So let's get to the rules. Of course, here's another update. Look at what's coming up. All right. Listen, it's going. We gotta get some heavy stuff, right? We have to. Again, so many things we write that are have playful and do those. Listen, we got to get to some very serious work, so they're coming. All right, let's get to the rules so we can get to the artwork this evening. Artists, turn your cameras on. We are trying to simulate a live open mic as much as possible. Plus, we love to see all the beautiful exuberance that goes into your delivery. All right, so turn your cameras on. As you're getting ready, have your artwork ready. All right. If you are playing music, which we have resident musicians in the building, all right, make sure you have on original sound for musicians and make sure you are playing original music. We don't want agents of the interweb interfering with our stream in any way. So make sure your music is original and you got the original sound on, and we are good to go. Seriously. You got 3 minutes to rock. All right, you got a 30-second intro to let folks know how they can connect with all the things that you do. All right, and then give them the 3 minutes. All right, keep in mind there are 20 folks on the list. Plus, we do have a good luck round. All right, so keep in mind there are people that want to rock this evening too. All right, we have reached 9:30 for the babies, folks. Hey, right? There are some explicit lyricists in our community, and some that may even bring about some triggering flashbacks. But the founders of our cafe were major proponents on the freedom of speech, and we will make sure it maintains in the vein of everything we do. Therefore, there is no censorship other than any hate speech or any ism that people may use to manipulate, which will not, I said not, be tolerated. There is no censorship. All right. This is a living, breathing trigger warning. All right. Thou hath been warned. This is a true call and response space. After these artists get up here and share a true piece of who they are, you will see this pop up on your screen. This is when you get a chance to share all of your exuberance, all of that energy with the room. Don't worry about the noise, y'all. It's the rowdiest night of the week anyway. So make sure you are sharing that energy. All of it will be returned to you in the performance of every single artist. I guarantee it. The guaranteed list tonight is closed because sign-ups begin 24 hours before the show, which would be Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern. All right, to sign up, you go to Nuyorican.org. You click on full events calendar. Then you click on a Thursday that you want to get down on. And you need an artist RSVP ticket. It's the only way you're getting on the guaranteed list, and they won't even populate until 24 hours before the show. All right. If you're in the tri-state area, make sure you are plugging in with the Nuyorican Bowery Slam, hosted by J. Rose. I also saw Matthew Marroquin hosting the other night. Shout out Matty Ice. Also, Luna Rosa is getting down on that too. The open mic hosted by Soul Preem. Shout out Soul Preem, an amazing, amazing artist. Fridays with Tony McPherson and Luna Rosa also. Right, mic sounds nice. Listen, my mic sounds nice. It's coming also. So make sure you are plugging in, folks. Tonight's list. Look at all these amazing, amazing artists that have come to get down this evening. So let's get to it, folks. There's all my rowdy friends here on Thursday night. What's good, good people? See some great faces. See some new ones. Listen, the pillars are in the building, and it's great to see you all. So let's get to it this evening. I will be posting the list for you all. Let's get to it. Setting us off this evening. I see this gentleman has his instrument, and anytime he does, I always look forward to what he is going to create for us. Setting us off this evening, the one and only Catman Bill in the building. Let these folks know where they can find you, Catman. It is always great to see you. Please, take it away.
Thank you. I don't know how I got to be number one, but there's a first time for everything. So, I know we were a little rushed the last time I was here, and Joski and I both were rushing a song to perform on stage and fumbling around at the same time. But anyway, first, 3 wives, no dog, doesn't wear a wedding ring, 2 impeachments, 91 felony counts, out on bail in 4 states, $600 million in fines, 1 failed coup, 18 criminal investigations, 6 bankruptcies, 4,000 lawsuits, convicted felon, 26 documented assaults, 7 deferments, 450,000 lies, 37 handicap. I'm a political prisoner. Stand by me, stand by me. I'm a political prisoner. Stand by me, stand by me. They raided my home, arrested me, fingerprinted me. They took my mug shot. Now we'll go down in history. I'm a political prisoner. Stand by me, stand by me. I'm a political prisoner. Stand by me, stand by me. I'll make America fart again, fart again, fart again. I'll make America fart again. Just you wait and see. I'm a political prisoner. Stand by me, stand by me. I'm a political prisoner. Stand with me today. Thank you.
Wow. Listen, any and every time you get a chance to hear Catman Bill, do yourself a favor and make sure you do. Unmute yourself, give it up for Catman Bill.
Yeah, Catman.
Right
Great
on.
start.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes,
Great
sir.
start.
Lovely.
Thank you so
Yeah.
much, sir.
Let's start with some truth.
Get us warmed
Catman
up.
Bill.
Okay.
You all.
Okay, yeah. We doing all that today, right? We doing all that today, right? And listen, we got the right cat to jump it off, right? We're gonna make America shit. Trust. He said we're gonna make them fart again. Yeah, because they full of shit. So we're gonna make sure we flush all that shit out, right? It's part of our job too. Right? Listen, those stats, sir, like they sound astronomical, like pieces to a play or a character in some fictional drama, but it's real, right? I said, out on bail in 4 states, 1 failed coup, 4,000 lawsuits, 4,000. Most people can't survive 4, and this cat's got 4,000. Can't afford 4, and this cat's got 4,000. I'm a political prisoner. Hey, I mean, are we all not political prisoners at some aspect of our lives? I mean, how much is a vote really worth? Thank you, Catman, for setting us off this evening. Listen, the Starship is underway, folks, and we are going to keep it going, right? Catman set the tone this evening, so let's keep it going. Coming up next, this incredible author of 4 Crescents continues to come through and rock with us. Also, the author of Black Calculus, the one and only mathematics in the building. Let these folks know where they can find you. It is always great to see you, sir. Please take it away.
Hey, good evening, my people. How you feeling? And as a matter of fact, Wednesday night at 7:59 started for me. The tension, am I going to get on the list? And here I am. So let's go. I got 2 pieces. I do believe they're on theme. First piece. I remember my younger me like the tribe of my generation. Unafraid of some far-off notion in the haze of an unformed future. Death is an end to the adventure of this life. A door will close behind all of us when we pass through its threshold. I have been addicted to this dose of living for most of my life, as long as I've been conscious, before which I was living the life of a twig, sprouting off the branch of an oak tree, growing in the wood of an old growth forest. How many fires burned, becoming the end of one growth and the start of another? Trees scarred, survivors retelling stories of what it was like before the last burn. The fire creating winds of change, the preface to the next chapter. A new bud on the next branch of new growth, anonymous, like the multitude of bumps on a log, with only enough space for a leaf's worth of dream. A din of babble without a voice of my own. Next piece. Our mother's intention. I am the harvest planted in fallow ground. My roots dig deep, sprawl in all directions. My seed, planted generations ago, give me birth. I germinate with a purpose. I hear the air enter my body. Mother Earth meets me where I am, sends me love messages from beyond the veil. Ancestors on the wind, on a breeze, a hummingbird's whisper. Water flows through my roots. The wisdom of my ancestors nourishes evolution, experience, and concept from past humanities guide my first steps away from the womb. A still heart resonates, rhythms of earth rumbles, dreams, and hope buried in my genes animate my life with ancient promises. We are composed of the same wind, water, earth, elements that connect all of us. Living eternally, we embody the potentials for balance and harmony, a challenge calibrating the callous, the chaos without, a silent dance partner, the chaos within. Peace.
That dude is he just does that effortlessly. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Mathematics.
Yeah. Norm.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Listen, math does this. Like he just does this. Like, and he's been doing it for a while. As I said, also author of Black Calculus. In his first piece, right, he mentioned the tribe of my generation, right? And when you are a part of that, it's something so much more than you, right? Death is an end of this adventure. Addicted to this dose of living, right? He said, before that, I was living the life of a twig. The end of one growth and the beginning of another. Like, come on, right? But he said, the bump on the log, right? With enough space for a leaf's worth of dreams. And the second piece, my roots dig deep. Of course, my seeds planted generations ago, right? They nourishes evolution, right? Right? We embody the potential. We embody the potential. Like love, harmony. I appreciate you, Math. For real, a pillar of our community. Make sure you find yourself here as much as possible, and make sure you do yourself a favor and plug in with mathematics. Appreciate you, Matt. All right, coming up next, I see this cat in the building, always with a rhyme that's always right on time. The one and only Eddie Foreman in the building. Come on, Poetastic. Let these folks know where they can find you. Always great to see you, man. Please take it away.
Thank you, my bro. Like no other, words like thunder. But first, I hope Megas, Gustav, and Dr. Janet get better soon. It's not an open mic without you two. We miss you. That is true, like blue. Our blessings and high hopes go out to you. You can never keep a good poet down. Love you, Gustav. All right. My name is Info Fantastic. Please tell me to join Ryan Foster Sublime. I got 3 short pieces, so I won't take too much time. This is called Life is a Tree. Life is a tree with many different leaves. Life is a box of chocolate, bitter to the tongue, but sweet on the lips. Life is chess, the strategy for the progress of success. Life is a book. Pages give us a shook or a hook. Life is a garden, blossoming flowers over again. Life is a puzzle, putting it all together with a struggle. Life is a bird, giving us songs, eggs, or turds. Life is poetry, an inner bittersweet symphony. Life is a movie, playing us horror, suspense, drama, or a thing of beauty. Life is you, trying to do the best only you can do. Thank you. And the next one is called Kerfuffle. Kerfuffle. Many battles overseas. Please, no guilt, please. I feel the bullets in my chest, the bombardment of stress, the drowning in media, the struggles of multimedia, the downpours of cries. The eruption was roaring in size. I know guilt is unbearable. Please don't feel terrible. What are you talking about? Please don't shout. Things change every day. The chaos will go away. Not now, but maybe someday. Peace will be on its way. The sun will drown out the rain. Their prayers won't be in vain. Remember, hope is always there, offering peace, harmony, and care. The mayhem will come to an end. Please have hope, my unknown friend. Thank you. And the last one's called Drown in the Smudge. Drown in the Smudge. We were created by Earth, the dirt of rebirth. Where are her seeds? We breed, she bleeds. Strength in our mud, soaking in the floods. We're flowers in her image, roots without any limits. We don't show you love. Your voices are the winds above. We feel your earthquakes while you painfully ache. We see your thunderstorms, your frantic cries of newborn. We touch your hurricanes, the wails of growing pains. We drink your tsunamis, the water cleans your body. We hear you, our mother. We feel your thunder. Yes, we understand and do. Sorry to be a burden to you. And mother's work is never done. Thank you for being our son. Forgive your uprooted trees. We are pieces of your humanity. Thank you.
Telling you, man, Eddie be coming for the jugular on y'all for real. Unmute yourself, give it up for Poetastic.
Nice job, Eddie. Nice job, Eddie.
Fantastic.
All right.
Does it every
There you go,
time.
Ed. Wow.
All right. Rhyme time.
Nice change up.
Yeah, right. He hit him with the 2-piece and the biscuit that time, right? Said he had 3 of them, came through with all 3 of them, right? And the first one, life of a tree. He said, life is chess, no doubt. Life is a book. Life is a puzzle. Life is poetry, no doubt. Life is you doing the best that you can do. Super dope. Kerfuffle. All right, I'm with it. Feel the bullets in my chest, right? The struggles of social media, like that's a heavy one. Chaos will go away, right? Please have hope. And then drown in the smudge, right? The dirt of rebirth, like that is just when you find yourself that low, when you got dirt everywhere, that is exactly the dirt of rebirth, right? Strengthen our mind. We touch your hurricanes, we drink your tsunamis, right? Thank you for being our son. Like that's just work. Appreciate you, Eddie, for all that you do, man. Make sure you keep putting in that work, man. Truly appreciate you always. All right, coming up next. Listen, this cat always with his instrument on. Love to see it. And it's always got a groove. I promise you. All you got to do is sit back and let it move you. The one and only Bill Elkins in the building. Let these folks know where they can find you, Bill. It is always great to see you, sir. Please take it away.
Thanks, Elemental. Great to see you and see all of you. Gustav, I hope you're doing well, man. Anyway, I'd like to do a song one of the first songs that I wrote back in the late 60s. I started hanging out at the Avant-Garde Coffee House on the east side of Milwaukee, and they had folk music, poetry, things of that nature. And as a 15-year-old, I started hanging out there and got my start, so to speak. But anyway, this is a song I would like to perform. I've performed it before. It's called The Best Years of My Youth, the Avant-Garde Coffee House. Hope you like it. rustic old coffee house. Folk music, poetry, intellectual chat. My memories of the 60s, where folk singers and poets had their day. My refuge from Milwaukee's vapid south side. The avant-garde brought folk music into my life. Dylan Oaks, Cohen, Baez, and Seeger. I first heard their songs at the Guard. But folk singer and my friend Jane Doe enraptured me with her singing and her song. Big brown eyes and long brown hair. Her songs filled me with melody and desire. Poetic, tuneful, and hypnotic. She captured my imagination and my heart. The Guard moved me from rock to folk music, from electric to acoustic guitar. South side to east side, I'm a refugee from hell. The Guard was a safe haven for me. From ridiculous to sublime, my life it did go. Every day during the best years of my youth. Donning long hair and bell-bottom blue jeans, I was an aspiring folk, you see. Crossing the viaduct to Wisconsin Avenue, I took the Sherman Downer bus to the Guard. Yeah. As an alienated Southside teen, I first sang at the Guard one cold Wisconsin night. Exhilarated and redeemed, my song for Jane Doe she never heard. Alas, my dear friend was not there. I later learned she died from a drug overdose. Numb with sorrow and anger, I put down my guitar, transfixed and confused. I retreated back to the south side, back to my dysfunctional world. But my disillusion was quite short-lived, as I soon grabbed my guitar and played Jane's song. I wrote another song as her requiem, thanking Jane for believing in me, entitled Ode to My Jane Doe. I paid a final farewell to my friend. South side to east side, I'm a refugee from hell. The Guard was a safe haven for me. From ridiculous to sublime, my life it did go. Every day during the best years of my youth. Donning long hair and bell-bottom blue jeans, I was an aspiring folk, you see. Crossing the viaduct to Wisconsin Avenue, I took the Sherman Downer bus to the Guard. This song is my elegy to the 60s, when folk music captured the zeitgeist of that time. When this woman without name rescued me from my adolescent abyss. When the Marines drafted my best friend Bob and shipped him to Nam to kill the yellow man. I protested when Nixon came to town, and later wrote my first protest song. Yeah, the times were replete with change in every city across our land. Our age of innocence was trampled upon by the dark nature of man. But it was the best years of my youth, when we made ourselves heard throughout the world. It was the best years of my youth, when we made ourselves heard throughout the world. When we made ourselves heard throughout the world. Thank you, everybody.
Yes, yes, you did. The world heard the 60s louder than almost any other generation or since. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Bill Elkins.
Yes,
Beautiful
Bill.
music, Bill. Beautiful music.
Love
Beautiful,
that.
beautiful medicine.
Yeah, Bill.
Love that.
Yeah.
You
Long
did
time
it.
Shout out
ago.
Cream City, man. Shout out Cream City.
We've got hard times again
Yeah.
with the
You
orange
know,
orangutan.
Yeah.
uh, you know, I love when you bring your music, Bill, because your songs are always so very real. Like you said, you went from rock to folk music, right? From your electric to your acoustic guitar, and it has served you well, sir. Really, the way that you write your songs, it really bodes well with your voice, right? And then you bring about those things when you're playing, right? You bring about those images of those memories, you know. You actually paint the picture of this woman, right, with your melodies. So it's some of those lines, man, right? To capture my imagination and my heart. I am a refugee from hell. Um, my disillusion was quite short-lived. Um, where this woman without a name saved me from my adolescent abyss. Like, if that's not a lyric writer's line, a songwriter's line right there, right? Like, the whole song probably might have came around that line, right? Then you wrote your first protest song, right? Our age of innocence was trampled on by the dark ables of man. Like, we made ourselves heard. Yeah, that's one thing I love about the boomer generation, right? They're just so fearless, so fearless to let the man know, right? To stop the stormtroopers, to keep the jackboots from trampling anything and everything in their path. So I thank you for being part of that rabble rousing whole generation, sir. Truly appreciate you. Truly. All right. Let's keep it going. Coming up next, yo, shout out to Gods in the Earth. Listen, had a conversation with this incredible artist earlier today. They always enlighten, whether they know it or not. They always enlighten me. They always encourage me. Anytime I see both of them together, it's like, wow, it really does work that way. Coming up next, this incredible artist, again, always inspiring me. Love to hear this artist. Can't wait to hear what they have to share with us this evening. The one and only Oshun Yo Yen in the building. Let these folks know where they can find you. It is always great to see you. Please take it away.
Thank you. I can be found in the usual places, Facebook and Instagram. Although I check my Facebook more than I do Instagram. So once again, I really have to start listening for the night, the time when you announce the subject, because I always get it on the same day, so I never finish the poem. But I'm going to read what little bit I wrote here, and I have another one after that. Okay. And this has no title, so I'm just going to read it. The seeds you water are the ones that grow. Water them with love, determination, courage, conviction, persistence. Weave the fabric of your life with creative imagination. The most fertile seeds were planted by our ancestors and led to their successes. Those same seeds will lead to your success. Make sure to water them with the same love they were planted with deep in your DNA. Watch them sprout and bury deep roots in your soul to support the glory of the great heights you and your family will reach. The ancestors' sacrifices, wisdom, and messages weave a sacred royal kente cloth that represents the ancestors' consecrated foundation in your life. Okay, that's that one. The second one, I didn't finish it. I don't know where it's going from there, if anywhere. The second one is just called Poets. Poets stand rooted in imagination, in compulsion, in duty. Sometimes one foot in the dictionary, followed with the other in the thesaurus. They're holy books. Some need no books, no devices. They work naturally at their craft. Prodigies. Poets sit in sacred communion with the ancestors. The messages flow in riverbeds and rains, in indigo dreams and vibrant violet visions recalled with the ancients' command. Poets walk in a purpose, destined from birth to death, pregnant by spirit, never bypassing the chance to paint word into form, into shape, into message, a rhythmic command of music and art. Poets take the stage, the square, the mic, the street corner, the subway station, anywhere to speak to your soul, to deliver those archetypes, universal paradigms, the seeking thoughts, that solar plexus knowing you've become numb to. Poets speak in the language of history, of searing sarcasm, in syncopated similes, in mystical musical metaphors, anything to take your head out of the overseer's web of lies. Poets give you the compass direction for truth, point out the deception, the falsehoods, the deceit. Hold your earlobe so you can differentiate from the opaque illusions crowding your mind and unplug yourself, freeing yourself from the gray programmed distractions of the matrix. Poets invoke the mystic conviction of soul. They wake up the shadows, illuminate the auras, reseed your divinity, if only for a moment, so you remember where you come from, why you are here, and what you are going to do about it. Poets are always here. We have always been here. We will always be. Our mission is an eternal one, a sacred one. Poets are the many tongues of the divine.
I mean, come on. This year's like that. Poets are the many tongues of the divine. Like, come on. Unmute yourself. Give it up for her, Junior. Yeah.
Powerful, powerful wisdom.
Wonderful.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
That second piece was killer. Oof.
Yeah,
Thank
killer
you.
second piece was really something.
Man.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Like, this is what we do, folks. Like I've said plenty of times, you'll hear me say it again. Some people do this. We do this. In the first piece, right? Even though, shout out to new shit, right? Said the seeds you water are the ones you grow, right? Water them with the same love they were planted with in your DNA. We are the sacred royal kente cloth. Like, come on, man. Like, come on, man. In the second piece, poets, right? Listen, you really painted that picture, right? It was fantastic. You said one foot in the dictionary and the other foot in the thesaurus, right? Like, that's just what we do, right? Poets walk in a purpose, right? Never passing a chance to paint words into message, right? The universal paradigms, mystical, musical metaphors, right? The compass direction of truth, right? The gray program distractions of the matrix. Come on. She said, reseed your divinity. if only for a moment, to remember where you come from. Take that with you. All right, take that with you. Before we move on, let me shout out a couple folks. I saw Professor Platinum Doug Silver in the building. Appreciate you for coming through. D Librarian in the building. What up, sis? Glad you were able to make it through. I also see Sri Lal in the building and Will Murray. Appreciate y'all for rocking with us this evening. All right. Appreciate you, Oshun Yo Yen. Truly, truly, truly. Coming up next. Listen, the world gets crazy sometimes, right? And just like, you know, when you go see the chiropractor, you know what I mean? Because things are out of balance, things are out of whack. We are about to get adjusted, folks. Our week is about to get put back in balance because we have the one and only Joski C in the building. Let these folks know where they can find you, Joski. It is always great to see you, sir. Please take it away.
Hey, Elemental at Joski C. It's coming through.
We sound great. Let's go,
Wonderful.
Joski.
All right. I've been writing this. Not in our name. Thunder without rain. Not in our name. Can't wash away these stains. Not in our name. Funeral pyre, a wailing choir's refrain. Ashes in the flames. Not in our name. Not in our name. Bombs replace the rain. Not in our names. All the children slain. Not in our name. Funeral pyre, a wailing choir's refrain. Ashes in the flames. Not in our name. Who's to blame? The pilot or the plane? Who's to blame for bombs that feel no shame? Who's to blame? And who will pay the tax the reaper claims? Not in our name. Not in our name. Not in our name. Though they try to hide, not in our name. These scenes of genocide, not in our name. A funeral pyre, a wailing choir's refrain. Ashes in the flames. Not in our name. Who's to blame? The pilot or the plane? Who's to blame for bombs that feel no shame? Who's to blame? And who will pay the tax the reaper claims? Not in our name.
That dude is just damn iconic. For real. For real. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Joski C.
There you go, Joski.
Fantastic.
Beautiful song. Beautiful song.
Great song, Joski. Great song.
Sounds a revolution.
Yeah,
Yes.
I started to come to see that you do these songs with this really, really rending, heartfelt, kind of tender approach. But underneath that, I sense this really intense fury that you have, and the way you kind of, fashion that, shape it into these songs is kind of miraculous.
I've heard that compliment, but in many ways. So I think it's starting to sound, there's a familiar there. Your skill set is honing in on those extremes, week after week. It's like you have this skill of taking the hardest and most difficult subjects and then somehow bringing this really kind of relaxing ease and putting them together. And I think you're on your way to your album.
And with so much power too, like a seer. I mean, simple words with so much power.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yep. See, listen, well, I say it's the greatest community in the world, right? Because we get a chance to share how we feel about each other's work, right? And in the best of ways, right? And I told y'all we're about to get our week put into balance because this is what Joski does, right? And I love this about Joski and all the musicians that we have on our microphone, because everyone has their flow locked in. Everyone has their absolute sound, their style of play, their instrument, the way they hold it, the way they listen, all of it. And I'm so thankful that none of you want to be like someone else, that none of you are trying to outdo anyone else, that you come to genuinely share your authentic music. I really, really can't thank you enough for that, really, because all of you are so very powerful at what you do. I can hear and feel your passion with what you do in every single song, right? Joski, this new shit right here, man. This one right here, man. I don't know. Like your colleague said, this might be one on the road for real, sir. This one right here is gonna ring for a while, right? The whole "not in our name," right? Can't wash away the stain, a wailing choir's refrain, right? Who's to blame, the pilot or the plane, right? The bombs that feel no shame, like who will pay the tax the Reaper claims? Come on, Joski. Come on. And then you make it sound like it's just so soft. Like ridiculous, sir. But fantastic every time. Truly, truly appreciate you. All right. Appreciate you, D Librarian. Take care. Really. Make sure you come back through. All right. Coming up next, this gentleman. Listen, I am so glad we got a chance to get this cat on, a mainstay of our community, but he's doing the thing, right? Life is life, and he is keeping up with it. The one and only Rich Glennon in the building. Let these folks know where they can find you, Rich. It is always great to see you, sir. Please take it away.
It's great to see you too. I pretty much had no choice but to come this week after I was reprimanded last week for not showing up for months. It's been months. I'm just joking, but it's been a long time. So as usual, I'm just gonna read three super short poems. Okay. This first one is called Tanned Finger. Tanned finger. Compared to the rest on my hand, my index finger is tanned, as if it just got back from vacation, while the other four picked up the slack. You should have seen them trying to point the finger when something fell through the cracks. And this next one is called Salad. She arrived with a bowl of lies, each leaf massaged with oil, milked from a snake, each tender pistachio shelled of hard truth, each craisin distracting from the obvious stuck between your teeth. And this last one is called Stomach Bug. She sleeps with her hands over her head, like an invisible force is holding her up at gunpoint for her puke. All the puke. She's already given all she has, bucketfuls of the stuff, but it wants more, whatever it is, this terrible thing that knows I would snatch out its eyes if it dared to show its face. Again, it prods her belly with the barrel, and my daughter, the little woman she is, obliges because she has no choice and chooses the path of nonviolence, even if she can only give phlegm and bile. Her brother stands in his crib, steady as a knife, gripping the rail in the blackness, held back, forced to watch what we can all see because we've been here long enough for our eyes to get used to it. Some gets in her hair. Where exactly, we can't be sure, but something tells me she doesn't want us to know that it's a peace offering by way of self-mutilation, a sacrifice. She falls asleep again, her arms at her sides, like an empty Christ. All right, thank you.
Yeah. And then he just come with the last line damage for you, just in case you forgot. Unmute yourself, give it up for Rich Glennon.
Wow, Rich. Wow.
That's terrific, Rich.
Wow.
Terrific.
Mesmerizing.
You have your own
Mesmerizing.
unique style of writing.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah,
Can't
you can
separate the daddy from the poet, I guess.
Hey.
Yeah.
you can say you had to come here because people dressed
Yeah.
you down, but you had to come here because those poems needed to be spoken.
Yeah. They needed to be spoken and heard and then given back to you with some love. Yeah. Yeah. That's what the name of the book should be. All children come with instruction booklets, and here's why.
Right. It's for parents to learn how to love something. Listen, Rich. This is why I yell at you, right? This is why, because then you come back with stuff like this, right? And then you get everybody like, oh my goodness, who this damn Rich Glennon? Like he's just doing the double dad duty, and then he's bringing a 3-piece came with him, right? Oh, I love the tan finger, right? The tan finger, as if it just got back from vacation. I just love that, right? The other finger trying to point fingers, like again, just the way, like you said, like your colleague said, the way that you write, Rich. The second one is salad. Like that, just listen, I always keep lines, right? And that one, she arrived with a bowl of lies. Like, come on. That's like somebody showing up to the barbecue potato salad. Like, no, she didn't. Just a bowl full of lies. Like, nah. I love that with the obvious stuck between her teeth. And the stomach bug. That's just a rough, right? But it's a family affair, right? He said, my daughter, the little woman she is, my son, steady as a knife, holding his crib. Like it's a whole family dynamic here, man. And I really love the fact that you are still writing into it and that you're sharing them with us. I appreciate you, Rich. Make sure you find yourself here every chance you get. Truly appreciate you and your poetry, sir, because you're pretty damn dope at it. All right. Coming up next. Listen, this cat is so much a plug that it says it on this dope ass brick wall that he's sitting in front of, right? This guy, one of the pillars of our community, continues to come through and show you how it's done. The one and only James Hamilton in the building. Let these folks know where they can find you, man. It's always great to see you, sir. Please take it away.
Is in the chat. I wanted to say shout out to Bill for calling out Milwaukee, man. Cream City representing here. I'll be there Monday night, Poets Monday at Linneman's River West. But so I didn't know the theme until today, but I saw Stitch on there, and this is a piece that I stitched together. I wrote 660 some poems in the last 4 years. I never had one with a subtitle, but this one's called These Dreams subtitle Coffee, Tea, and ADHD. And I borrowed a couple lines from the great Nancy Wilson on this. So these dreams go on when I close my eyes. Every second of the night, I live another life. I am Agent ADHD, cloak and dagger, alter ego, J. Johnny White, super secret spy, articulating extrapolated visions from my dreams. These dreams, shaken, not stirred, martini high flying off a wire dreams. License to kill, ill will dreams. Physics, relativity fueled sleep speak dreams. Delusional, lunatic, faded, subconscious, psychonaut school tool dreams. Frustrated, screaming, jaded dreams, like a villain spilling, spewing, hated, enunciation, function, language, absent, hooked on phonics, traffic jam in the road at offensive junction dreams. Pumpkin spice is not my favorite flavor, and in my opinion, should never, ever be added to coffee under any circumstances, ever. Every moment I'm awake, the further I'm away. These dreams steeped, painted, constructed in parallel universe ravels, rolled up temporal stream dreams, passport, travel stamp, tattoo, lean dreams, serial number engraved into my wrist, 9 digits of prison camp, psychosis, slumber dreams, paranoia recorded playback, Dolby Atmos, MP4, 2-channel stereophonic dreams. These dreams, subjective, post-traumatic, overcooked brain chowder soup seeing dreams, where I can't see anyone I know, but everyone's still around dreams. Watching everything drip from the heat, taking licks of salted, vulcanized mist as midday treat dreams. I gather in the midst of broken steampunk, cyborg, rusted, tin man, oil can junk, losers, chromatic dregs, oxymorphone drones in my dreams. Tea can be substituted for coffee, but never in the morning. Tea is to be served in the afternoon from proper crockery with biscuits, freak. Every moment I'm awake, the further I'm away. These dreams of surreal wasteland population dumpster fire lost and found dreams. Living below ground dreams. Walking through a dusty ashtray mess of gray thrush mulch dreams. Rivers of sludge, toxic plastic, cellulose pulp, garbage driftwood dreams. Rainbow colored surface slick from running amok out of a hole in some corroded sewer drainage slip dreams. Every second of the night, I live another life in a cityscape stacked with bright, cold diode light. The reflection through amber and brown pollution smoke make the sky look pink at night. Post-apocalypto. Roads are broke, power is rationed. Media devices, internet streaming, iceboxes, stoves, watches are dumb. Reverse time upside down. The closer I get to peace, the further I'm away. These dreams go on when I close my eyes. Every second of the night, I live another life.
Man, I'm telling you, I told you that dude just does it. Unmute yourself, give it up for James Hamilton.
James.
Your delivery is so
Hello,
refreshing,
James.
so powerful, so engaging. Powerful.
Redwell, the passion, you could feel it.
Yes, indeed.
Amazing.
I'm a sucker and I love this art we have. James, I felt like your hard soft, like your pentameter made it flow so easy that no matter how many words you squeezed in, we were along for the fucking roller coaster ride until the word dreams hit us again. Like that's great composition.
I mean, as I said, folks, some people do this. We do this. Told you, this cat's a plug, man, for real. He said, tea can be swapped for coffee, but not in the morning. Tea should be served in the afternoon with biscuits. Damn. Said those high flying dreams, right? Those license to kill, ill will dreams, right? Psycho, not school, cool dreams, right? Traffic jam in the road at offensive junction type dreams. Come on, man. Right? Those 9 digits, right? Oh, how tormentors like to slam you with 9 digits. Those stereophonics are amazing, right? He said brain chowder, soup brain dreams, 10-man oil can jump type dreams, living below ground type dreams, reverse time upside down. Closer I get to peace, the further I am away. Man, I appreciate you, sir, for doing what you do and sharing it with us. Telling you, he's got the right place and the right word right behind him. Appreciate you. Make sure you plug in with James Hamilton. All right. Coming up next, all the way across the pond where it's wicked late, the most eloquent writer I know came to do his thing as he does so well. The one and only lantern carrier in the building. Let these folks know where they can find you. It is always great to see you, sir. Please take it away.
Thank you, my brother. There are innumerable ways of seed sowing, which may or may not enhance the welfare of Mother Gaia. Rain falls initially as a drizzle, and this tempts me to leave my umbrella behind. When the rain eventually pours, I find myself caught in a downpour of my own making. Two friends may not initially think of themselves as lovers, but like the rain and earth, they mix and become mud. Just because a seed was sown when they first came together, later manifesting itself in the form of secret pleasures. The farmer tills the soil, waits for the right season to produce a bumper harvest. In the same way, like karma, if one neglects to assess the quality of the seed, soil, labor, and the heavens, one is likely to sow an unhealthy harvest. Uncomely deeds forced on the unwilling or oppressed will sow bitter memories, which, given opportunities, will either manifest on the oppressor in the form of revenge or the oppressed in the form of physical, mental, and emotional traumas. A child brought up in a difficult setting and abusive generational cycles may break free, setting an exemplary benchmark of goodness for his children and grandchildren to follow. Generally, though, a seed sown in a disturbed environment may struggle to present itself in a way that shows its strengths. The ego of greed, insecurity, rivalry, and comparison will sow seeds, stomping over others to achieve success. They, in turn, uses an undaunting will, the knife of bitter memories, accompanied by energies of similar interests, will address this imbalance by repeating the same mistakes. To sow the seeds of poisonous thoughts is to reap the malodorous benefits of demons. We see this in conflicts, with history repeating itself century after century. The only difference being that it presents itself in a form to suit the age, politics, and ammunition of its tyrants. Integrity is a way to light, but lies are sometimes dressed as truths, even while carrying the robes of darkness. Some say that revenge is sweet, but Confucius says that before embarking on a journey of revenge, we should dig 2 graves. We can see, hopefully, that the way we sow seeds is critical to the enhancement of the fabric of our lives. The Magus Gustav Salas gave his all to poetry and received so much love in his afflictions. Put a disruptive child in a monastery for 3 months, or in an excellent Montessori school where mindfulness is natural, and she will become transformed. I have known this to happen accordingly. Sowing seeds is the fabric of life. Effects are preceded by cause and vice versa. I am born, live, and then pass onto the Elysian lap of the eternal. Like plants and flowers, I am recycled. I will come of the wheels of samsara when my inner life becomes worthy of my true nature, the love eternal. Lantern Carrier, thank you.
And if your words don't sound just like that, goodness, I don't know what does. Unmute yourself, give it up for Lantern Carrier.
If there's one person that knows how to write like perfectly to theme, it has to be Lantern Carrier. It's just so amazing how you always approach each theme with such, attention to detail. It's just fascinating. Thank you.
And it's unique the way you just shuffled Gustav Solace. He just shuffled it in there, and it kind of melted. It came and it went, and it's like, what? What was that? That's some beautiful little that's beyond Barry and the rhyme.
Oh, no doubt about it. Lantern is one of those dudes, right? I've had the beautiful, absolute pleasure of working with Lantern a couple of times on some poems. And listen, that dude, he really, really does that. And he is so committed to his work. Even the intricate details that he puts into his pieces, right? From the very beginning, right? Said rainfall was initially a drizzle. Now I'm caught in a downpour of my own making, right? Like when things manifest on the oppressor in the form of revenge, right? Set an exemplary benchmark for his children and grandchildren to admire, stomping over others to achieve success, right? Politics and ammunition to tyrants, right? Carrying robes of darkness, before marching on the road to revenge, dig 2 graves. That's just one of those lines. That's just one of the most mortal lines a human being can say, in my opinion, right? Like plants and flowers, I am recycled. I appreciate you so much, Lantern, for doing what you do at such a high level and continuing to do it and do it and do it extremely well. Truly appreciate you, Lantern. Really. One more poet, and I'm going to pass it over to RMT. Coming up next, the force is strong with this one, I guarantee it. This incredible poet has been rocking with us since the inception of this open mic. We are incredibly thankful that he continues to come through. And another cat who's been doing it well and still doing it at such a high level. We are still just trying to keep up with this dude. The one and only Paul Skiff in the building. Let these folks know where they can find you. It is always great to see you, sir. Please take it away.
Thanks, Elemental. It certainly is great to be here again with all of you extremists. It's the most immaterial home I know. It's going to do this thing I've been trying to perfect this, so I hope I get a step closer and it sounds better than the last time you heard it, if you heard it before. I make my home in shadow of the wind, because the dream showed me it has a hole in the back of its head, a casualty from unexplainedness. The dream performed rhetorical acts in weather of mortality, now able to provide anticipation. The sojourn indifference accepts as its shelter. If you are going to dig my grave, please know I already forgot myself to death. If you are going to dig my grave, get it to promise there is enough room for all the hearts I planted my voice in. My fists are made of tar from the street where the boy with 2 bullets in his head fell love first. Pigeons, ghosts grill on the sidewalk of Avenue B, hatched from the necessity of not enough for tomorrow. The city will hand out a future to you if you stand in line at never going to quit. At 3 in the morning, I run up 11th Street to catch free joy in the rain on my tongue. Ashes that snow down like sanctity from the tenement charring in misfortune's boast next door. Purify me with wanting nothing more. There are not enough days to remember all my escapes, but that is how I arrived here, full of tricks, all alone, still standing up. The 12-year-olds on the corner slinging smokable suicide, labeled with the brand name body bag, drove the honest pizza man to put his oven on his back and cross the river between what is right and someone's shameful failure. The girl searching a trash can for anything at all disinters a short red silk dress to lift in front of her eyes, where it sashays in hot August breeze that caresses the lure like a tender boyfriend. Tomorrow is not here yet, but it plays like just what you want in your idle stare from a 6-story roof across the city where you came to hide out from not meaning anything. In the envelopes where I keep one strand of hair from each of the pleasure seekers who passion-hunted talent my lips have for sucking the basement doorknob to their ecstasies, so they would float like a bird in the sky. The last one who wrapped their velvet snake of climax hunger around my blast off before they vanished in the emotional desert of a career, yesterday kissed me with an open mouth full of regret in the church at a poet's funeral.
Each day, ladder 11's truck sirens race beneath my window from the firehouse on the end of the block, ringing my soul sanctuary with reassuring mercy and kindness I heard while embraced in the womb, lulled to bliss by my mother's heart chants. When the mayor sends another tank from his pornographically numb hypermasculinity to prowl the street in front of people's homes who want only the right to live in dignity, righteousness is not in the municipal budget. Teenagers wait on the malevolent street for the purpose of adolescence, but the only two things sent in their direction by the indolent afternoon are low self-esteem and a slow-moving old man. Sweet boy, the one-eyed Doberman pincher who pays our rent, enjoyed another once-a-month weekend in the neighborhood, matching his turds with the pit bulls. Now he waits cyclopsically staring at the front door for his master to pull up in a white Rolls Royce and count out the $750 in cash. I make my home in shadow of the wind, because the dream showed me it has a hole in the back of its head, a casualty from unexplainedness. The dream performed rhetorical acts in the weather of mortality, now able to provide anticipation. The sojourn indifference accepts as its shelter. If you are going to dig my grave, please know I already forgot myself to death. If you are going to dig my grave, get it to promise there is enough room for all the hearts I planted my voice in.
Damn. Like, y'all tell him, unmute yourself, give it up for Paul Skill.
That was the line, man. That line at the end when it came in the middle, it anchored
quite
it.
dreamy as well.
Wow.
Delivery, quite unique, quite dreamy.
Yeah.
I was
Drop
today
the
years
mic.
old.
No,
I felt like I was
Drop the
listening to
mic.
Morrison. I felt like I was listening to Morrison, like Jim Morrison doing this thing live. Like that's good shit.
Okay.
those notes in your style, and at the same time, you did not let go of the fact that you can go off and bend it and move it around and then come back to it. But there's something about those notes in your voice and the fact that you didn't just stay there the whole time, but you went in any and every direction that you want to when you need to. That's so beautiful. You're brave, man. I love you, man. You're great.
He is indeed.
Thanks, everybody. Yeah, these things are like a script on the page for me, and they're made to improvise off of. And Cece, you do this totally extemporaneous too, even though you've been writing music to the page. But you just, like you say many times, you let the poem show you where it wants to go. And I think people like Lantern maybe can identify with the sense that, like in South Asian music, they do a raga, and it's supposed to be different every time and respond to the time of day you're doing it in and the circumstances that are immediately there. So that's just feeling the call, I guess. But thanks again, everybody. You know what a total pleasure it is to be here, and especially to see the people here who come here dealing with their own vexations.
This is why we're here, right? This is why we deal with all of the crazy things that go on in our worlds and in our spaces to make sure we find ourselves here, right? Where we can actually blow the doors off of whatever it is, right? I tell my students all the time, poetry can handle it, right? Doesn't matter how big it is, how heavy it is, poetry can handle it, right? You mentioned the weather of mortality, right? If you're going to dig my grave, please know I already forgot myself to death. Yeah, right? Like sucking the basement doorknobs to their ecstasies, like kissed me with an open mouth full of regret at a church, at a poet's funeral. Like, sir, you're amazing. Like, you're amazing, folks. Appreciate that, Professor Platinum. Seriously, you're all of you are just, you're just so amazing. Listen, before we move on this evening, I have to pass it to the dopest tech in the Zoom verse, the one and only Ron Mark Thompson, aka RMT. You're not down with RMT by now, damn it. You should be. Ron, how you feeling this evening?
I'm feeling okay, and what a wonderful theme again that you have assigned, sowing seeds. I almost would say that can also apply to the Nuyorican Poets Cafe, because we've been sowing seeds, in the poetry community for 50 years now, almost this year we're going to celebrate our 51st year, and we've been sowing seeds online for the last 4 years, when the pandemic started. So thank you, Elemen2al, for continuing the wonderful mission, of your hosting our weekly online open mics, as well as all the other amazing work that you do with your students, with your own company. So thank you, Elemen2al. We really appreciate you. Hello, everyone. My name is Ron Mark Thompson. Like Elemen2al, I am with the Nuyorican Poets Cafe. I am your tech assistant here in the background, and I also work in the programs team. Hello also to everyone who's watching us on the live streams online on Twitter, Facebook, or YouTube. And hello everyone to us here in Zoom. There are at least 2 names that I don't recognize. I know one of them actually got the last guaranteed spot, so we look forward to hearing from you. And if there's anyone else who hasn't or wasn't able to sign up, let Elemen2al or me know. We still have a good luck round at the end. Also want to give a shout out to Gustav. I know he had to leave, but we wish him all the best, speedy recovery. And hello to his Open Minds, open mic community, for also providing wonderful programs. And also special shout out to Finn Bell. I know she didn't sign up today here, but she is also a very great supporter, and she actually runs and hosts her own open mic online every second and fourth Thursday of the month. And tonight, in about 35 minutes, she has the themed online open mic called Perspective, Blossoms and Weeds. So if you're interested in checking that out after we are done here at the Nuyorican Poets Cafe, DM her or private chat her in Zoom, if you didn't get a chance to get on. I'm sure she would appreciate it. She's always a great supporter of us. Thank you so much, Finn, for continuing to support us. And yes, you're welcome. I see your chat comments, so we really appreciate you as well. All right, everyone, if for any reason you have not been able yet to be on our mailing list, go ahead, and if you're on the live stream, you can stop it and scan the QR code, or if you're on a phone, just go to nuyorican.org. Our website, nuyorican.org, and click on the subscribe to our mailing list. And as soon as I'm done with my promotions here, I will also put the information in the chat, in the Zoom chat as well, with all the links coming up. And on the note of links, if you go to our link tree in Nuyorican Poets Cafe, there you will find all of our social media links, our website, how to volunteer. All that information will be in the Zoom chat in a few minutes as well. But if you're not in Zoom and you're watching the recorded version of this online open mic, just go to our link tree and you will see all the links there. As Elemen2al mentioned, we are continuing our in-person off-site programs, even though our building is currently closed in the Lower East Side in Manhattan. So every Monday we are at the Bowery Poetry Club, Monday evening, 7 p.m., the Nuyorican Bowery Slam. This coming Monday, next week, is J-Rose is the host. J-Rose just published her first book, so check her out. She is amazing. And the following week, Luna Rosa will host, and everyone who wins on Mondays at the Poetry Slam will go on to compete in the monthly Final Friday Slam at the Puerto Rican Traveling Theater every last Friday of the month, 10 p.m. That one is hosted by Tony McPherson, and Luna Rosa, who happens to be one of the two hosts of the Monday Slams, is the DJ on Friday. So we always look forward to that. As Elemen2al mentioned, we are also continuing our open mics at the Lois Cider Center on the first Wednesday of each month. It is Felicia hosting the Women Orator Wednesday, and every second and fourth Wednesday of the month, it's Sol Preem hosting. He just hosted yesterday, and the next one at the Lois Cider Center in person will be on June 26th. You can already get your tickets online on our ticket site. And if you do perform at that open mic, it is live stream at the Lois Cider Center's YouTube channel, and then we get a recording like a week or 2 weeks thereafter, and we post them on our YouTube channel. If you go to our YouTube channel and Facebook page, you will see we are up to the beginning of May with the open mic, so you can check out those performances there. We are continuing our online open mics, Thursdays, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. As Elemen2al mentioned, you can get your artist RSVP tickets 24 hours before that on Wednesdays at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. If you visit our ticket site before that time, you will only see the viewing RSVP ticket. It's the same Zoom ID every week, but if you want to perform, wait till the artist RSVP tickets open up, and then you can sign up. But again, if you didn't have a chance to sign up, just let Elemen2al or me know in the Zoom chat, and we will add you to the good luck round before we close out tonight. And also listen for Elemen2al toward the end. We keep the Zoom room open for another 10-15 minutes after we end the live stream, so we can have a little mini after party here and discuss all the great performances that we heard today. Talking about online, Beatniks on the Road is still online as well. You can watch any of our episodes on our Facebook page or YouTube channel. We are up to episode 5, and so far we have visited Richmond, Dallas, San Antonio, Houston, and Baltimore, and this month we have visited Los Angeles. My program teammates finished editing and finalizing the episode for this month, and we're going to have it on our YouTube channel and Facebook page in the last week of June. And you can also see our previews in-person beatniks that we used to do in the cafe before and during the pandemic, those episodes are still on our social media as well. Teenage Open Mic continues. Next one is June 29th, which is a Saturday. That one is free for teenagers. If you have any teenage children, nieces or nephews, send them over. This one is on Orchard Street at the P&T Knitwear bookstore, and it is a collaboration with Rightopia Lab. Also, Elemen2al mentioned it, and you saw the flyer. We are going for the first time to Staten Island. We have teamed up with an organization there. That's Right Open Mic, and we're going to host a poetry jam on Sunday, June 30th. In Staten Island. It'll be $10 at the doors. So check if you're in Staten Island or Brooklyn or New Jersey. Come on over and check us out there. We will be there Sunday evening, June 30th. And next month, we will be at the Poetry Festival, which is hosted by the Poetry Society of New York. That one is free. We will give you more details as we get closer. And we are also already proud to announce on July 20th, which is next month, we will be going to New Jersey, our first time going to New Jersey. And there we will be at the Performing Arts Center, NJPAC, and we will have a featured performances as well as an open mic, a collaboration with Evolu Culture. Our own Paul Concasso will co-host that one. It is called Nuyorican Dodge Poetry. Dodge Poetry is a very fine New Jersey-based organization. So check us out. We don't have a flyer yet, but nevertheless, you already can get your tickets on the New Jersey Performing Arts Center website. So hope you can make it if you're in or close to New Jersey. Also, I want to recommend some of the other programs that our partnering organizations are hosting, because not only are they hosting us, but they also have many other wonderful programs going on at their venues. For example, the Bowery Poetry Club next Tuesday on June 18th, one day before the Juneteenth holiday. They will be hosting the last ASL Poetry Slam of this season before they go to a summer break. ASL Slam, we used to host them in our cafe before we closed our building for the reconstruction. So I definitely recommend that. Go and check that out. And if you do not understand sign language, somebody will be verbally translating it into English, so you will not miss out on hearing or seeing the wonderful poetry there. That's at the Bowery Poetry Club next week. Poetry Society of New York, the organizers of the festival, in the Poetry Festival in Manhattan, Governor's Island next month, they also have other many wonderful programs going on. Go to their website to check them out. And last but not least, the Lois Cider Center, where we hold our Wednesday open mics. They have a photography exhibit ongoing right now in their community center on 9th Street till the end of this month. So I do recommend that you check them out as well. So let us get back to our open mic here. I don't know if it's a coincidence or if it was planned by Elemen2al, but this is, I believe, the third or fourth week in a row that I am proud to announce and introduce our next performer, another wonderful regular here who found us during the pandemic like a year or 2 years ago. Ike, it's always a pleasure to have you here. Ike, you know how it goes. Let everyone know where we may follow you, and then the floor is all yours. Welcome back.
Well, f-artstatements.com, there where you will find me. World War II started 1939, and I was born 1939 in Germany, of all places. Orwell said, "He who controls the present controls the past. He who controls the past controls the future." As for today, he who bends his knees is a Trumpster. And now my poem. D-Day, 18 years later. victory, the fabric of my life. Time changes the shade of hope. God switched preferences. Did he really care? Time continues praying as graves are still being dug every day in pain. Tears continue to clutter the mantelpiece in vain. My time has not changed. I live the man who became me. As my juvenile time was this time of insanity. God's decision that this time was to be my tragedy, that forever bleeding darkness gashing from my heart, a mark reaching out, consequently waking you. At stake is your time. It's hope. Time forgives, they say. Time never forgets, they say. Yet that sterile ticking of time has no shame, cannot change anything, always followed by the diffusing dust, what is called useless history. So fucking useless history. So it is for sure that at any time, time will add you against your will to the long, long list of decaying memory, whilst our short emotional memoirs, categorized in the graveyards of libraries, count life lost, heroes kissed, losers punished. That is the score. And Daddy, yes, and Daddy does not come home anymore. Poetry is drinking, and when drunk, we get a salute to yesterday, okay? Afterwards, the dirty glasses tumble in the dishwasher called anyway. We always clean up, they say. Thank you.
They say that Ike Waltz is a pretty dope storyteller. You tell him. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Ike Waltz.
Hey, beating on a wall.
That's amazing work, Ike.
Man.
Always great to hear from
He makes me think. He makes me think.
Ike Waltz is one of those dudes. He comes through. That's why I like to call him the Vincent Price of poetry, because he says things in such a way that pulls you in instantly. And then he takes you on this journey, right? He said, he who controls the present controls the past. He who controls the past controls the future. That's just pretty dope, sir. I'm gonna hold on to that one for a while too. Right? D-Day, victory is the fabric of my life, right? Time changes the shade of hope, right? Time forgives, they say. Time never forgets, they say. Eventually, we'll all be part of that long list of decaying memories, right? Categorized in the graveyard of libraries. This dude, poetry is drinking. Yeah. And we get drunk on words every single day, man. I appreciate you so much, Ike. Thank you for doing what you do and continuously sharing it with us. Author of Mirror, Mirror, make sure you are plugging in with Ike Waltz. An incredible dude. Also, make sure you are showing your love to Ron Mark Thompson. That cat is all kind of dope. We would not be able to do the things that we do without RMT. Love that dude so much. Thank you for all that you do, Ron. Truly appreciate you, man. All right. Coming up next. Anytime this cat comes through, you never know what to expect, right? Like some of our musicians in the building, they'll come through and you can see their instrument on them. Sometimes this cat may have one, he may not, right? But his voice is still clearly always an instrument. The one and only Baba Ngoma is about to hit us with an experience. Let these folks know where they can find you. It is always great to see you, sir. Please take it away.
What's up, y'all? It's good to see you. I got a little technical problem. It's gonna take a second, but I'll be with you. I'm on theme tonight. I wrote this poem today, this afternoon. Nobody ever heard it before except for June-13-2024. So here we go. I didn't write the music tonight though, but you'll dig it. Seeds. All the news is bad. I've started to watch sports. I'm a musician. I don't give a damn about sports. So this is raising havoc on my equilibrium. I have issues cause there is no downbeat and the bands play racist, sexist music. Rotation on the radio is mostly garbage. Hip-hop was poisoned a long time ago, and I'm praying for some new organic crop. But the only thing I get is regurgitated garbage. Beyonce is trying to bring country back. It's been stolen with bluegrass, along with peace and justice. It's all African anyway. Oh, I forgot. We're still searching for peace and justice. It's been going much longer than hip-hop. I need my drum rhythms back, matter of fact, but that's another thesis. You know, the ancestors said they tried to bury us. They didn't know we were seeds. The problem is the ground is barren, worn out from crop rotation, but there's plenty of compost. The roots of African rhythm still prevail. Viva Fela reincarnated. The beat goes on. The seeds of rhythm prevail, and we'll plant them wherever we go.
this dude, just like, oh, I just wrote this today. Here goes some new shit for you. God. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Baba Ngoma.
Baba.
What?
Wow.
Oh, man.
No tap dancing, no tap dancing.
Did not come here to tap dance for nobody's ass. Golly.
I felt like I got an encore included with that somehow. It was just so complete. Loved the mic drop at the end too.
I'm a musician. I don't give a damn about sports.
Yeah, man.
Oh, man. All I could think of saying while you were playing, right, as you were progressing through your piece, all I could just hear myself even just, right on, brother, right on, like that. It just sounded like that as you were just, you know what I mean? It was just the way the energy that you built in that, it was born right there to me. Because there were 3 poems in there, right? Well, 4, really, right? The 3 instruments and then the poem, right? The guitar, the violin, the flute, like they're each standalone work of art, right? And they all tell their own story. Like, I don't think the flute could do the violin's part and the violin couldn't do the guitar's part. You know what I mean? Like, they all serve their own purpose in your experience. And then the poem. All the news is bad. I don't give a damn about sports. There is no downbeat. That's very, very true. Take care, Lantern. Really, I know it's crazy late. Take care, man. Hip hop was poisoned a long time ago. Yes, it was, right? Because now they are getting lost in the fact that rap is not hip hop. Beyonce trying to bring country back, right? It's been stolen with bluegrass and lots of other things. Right? But it's been gone much longer than hip hop. Another thesis, right? They tried to bury us. They didn't know we were seeds. They tried to bury us. They didn't know we were seeds. The roots of African rhythms still prevail. And we hear them every single place we go. Thank you, Baba, for doing what you do, for bringing that new shit, right? Listen, if that's all it takes, right, for the gods and the earth to come through with some new shit, hey, I'll have that call every damn week. You better believe it. I'll be there for that. To get that crazy genius work out of y'all, let's do it. I'm there. Appreciate both of y'all, truly. All right, coming up next, this gentleman continues to come through, right? Continues to come through and get better. Every single time I hear this cat, whether he's standing up or sitting down, he continues to come through consistently working on his craft, and I always appreciate folks who do just that. The one and only Prince of P in the building. Let these folks know where they can find you. It's still getting still getting used to seeing you without the locks, man. But I'm getting there. All right. Great to see you, man. As always. Please take it away.
Tonight I'll be sharing 4 poems tonight. This first poem is called Familiar. Familiarity resting like slinky, like veins on pages. Every line hit like the rewind button with a VHS, settling onto organized straight lines. Ancient chromosomes slowly drip like IV. From my ivory tower, I watch words roam on flotation devices, coming from vulnerable places, faithful crystal ball and faces are paralyzed by strigglons. All I want to do is be a lifesaver, free the spiral ocean-shaped heart. Free the spiral ocean shell hearts, because these streets are for words. And it's one called This Is Why Love is Dangerous. When it appears to be true, love is flimsy as stacked cards. Some say they love you, but hide their intentions, as if hiding hands but smiling to shield the lies. Love is dangerous after falling to eyes because they never lose a tight grip. Love is dangerous, and you pass the litany of flickering lights alerting you of incoming danger. You never pay attention, all attending to your heart's journey. Next, you know, you're in the tortured poets department. Here you are doing the recanter of a love, yelping ubiquitously at the fiber of your being. It leaves you sizzling in front of its fireball red fireplace. You're a chief with a swift swipe to the left, only loving your words and their impact. They packed their hearts like a sold-out concert. Love is your voice of self-discovery. The next one is called Pick Me Apart. Pick me apart beautifully. Claw away at the pitch black paint on my complexion. Whatever your selection, please be kind. I'm sensitive. Slink into me with love. Gently squeeze the paint into fire starter puddles. Turn them into rubble. Turn them into Casper the Ghost. Sensitivity is my mode. That will never get old. I'm selective with my heart. The forest inside got gold lines and angler animals. I am a bloody red, vanilla layered flower. So pick me apart beautifully. And the last one is called Weeping in the Woods. I wept in the woods, releasing poignant pain after the aftermath of the swirling storm, learning to release it all, learning to open drenched walls, learning to be vulnerable, not circumnavigate heartbreak. It weighs heavy on me, just fractured pieces of 1,000 red clay bricks lay on me. Oval-shaped tears fall from my gray clouds, tasted like NA, just a sad man's torrential rain. I wept in the woods. I wept in the woods. Thank you.
Yo, I don't know if the rain is writing about you like you writing about the rain, but y'all got a thing going on. I'm just saying, unmute yourself. Give it up for Prince of P.
Nice, Prince P.
That was really
Powerful.
Prince B, you're always amazing. You know, one of these days you're going to go back to your first time here and realize all the people that love you, all this ride that you're on, is because what you're giving all of us is to find our voice. You're reminding us that we all come from a place where we found that very first spark that made us come here or write our first poem, and that's a gift. Never lose the where you come from factor, because you're giving that to us.
Amen to that.
No
Amen.
doubt. No doubt
Second
about
that
that.
motion.
Yeah.
Second that motion.
No doubt about that. I appreciate that, CC, truly. And look, Prince P, I told you, man, like, listen, you don't have to take my word for it, right? Your community lets you know week after week, right, how much we appreciate what you do, right? In the first poem you mentioned, you know, like veins on the page, like veins on pages, right? Settling into organized straight lines, right? All I want to do is be a lifesaver. That right there is why you do what you do. Right there. Right there. All I want to do is be a lifesaver. Sounds like the title of a book to me, right? The second piece, this is why love is dangerous, right? hiding hands and smiling to shield the lie. Love is dangerous, man. Love is dangerous. Always paying attention to the heart's journey. Yeah. Love is devoid of self-discovery. Golly. But I think you got everybody with that last one, sir. Like, I love how you started it with that, and then you finished it with that to make it, you know, a nice little package. But you said, pick me apart beautifully. Pick me apart beautifully. Like, as the vultures come to gorge on your bones, you say, pick me apart beautifully. Let your feathers sing me a lullaby. So, man, that was just amazing. Appreciate you, Principe. Every time I hear you, man, you keep getting stronger. Keep writing, keep working. All right. We've got 5 more folks on the guaranteed list and 1 person on the good luck round. Let's get it. Coming up next, this newest member of our community has, listen, he is coming through, right? And I think that he knows that he is home nowadays, so he is going to stretch out every chance he gets, and we are looking forward to it. The one and only Ray Whitaker in the building. It is great to see you again, sir. Let these folks know where they can find you. Please, take it away.
Thanks a lot. It's good to be back. I really appreciate the broad spectrum of music and poetry that's presented here, and I'm glad to be part of it. I come from Colorado, but I really come from the South, and I really, I have to say that most of my life I've just felt like a citizen of the world. So I got 2 pieces tonight, and I hope you like them. The first one is called Dwelling Within. I hesitated in the doorway, grasping the painted frame for the wood's strength to come. The universe sent it. Many colored molecules flowed in, thus standing with new intentions, facing forward, toward the ochre sandstone gorge. Winds blew brown dust devils by, these having the faces of the past, those having smiles or frowns on them, some moaning with delight, some screaming loudly, others wisely pointing out the lost disappointments. Then the wind stopped, having new patterns on the garden walkway. I could not and would not dwell on the darkness behind, on that which made me hesitate, nearly causing wet tears and hugging the door. Now swinging open, blue sky beckoning, seeds seeking nourishment, seeing fresh rain off in a distance. We are only what we choose to be, don't you see? There is no dust in your eyes anymore. A door opens, its rectangle, a shining possibility. Now my second piece is called The Way of It. The Way of It. These last 10 days have taken their time in passing. I have needed them to beckon forth the strength to persevere. Just so I went off to the places of the cliff dwellers to see the exercise of persistence that exists there. Determination is a ladder, and the climbing of shows a certain defiance, certainly of gravity, and not so of willingness's red certainty. Then windless, lying on the canyon floor, having some fallen many feet, a small, dusty cloud hovers over me. I taste the grit in my mouth. These last 10 days have been important to regain my breath and the life it begets. I seek not the depths of emotion anymore. The stream has dried. In those places of these Native Americans perched on the eyebrows of the earth, high into the winds that course up the walls, the cliffs there offer their havens. These last 10 days I have reflected on you, forgiven your inabilities, let go of your hand that felt like I never could, and learned to take a deep breath again. Thank you.
Oh my goodness. I'm telling you, to me, poems about flying and breathing, they just take your breath away every single time. Unmute yourself, give it up for Ray Whitaker.
Beautiful.
Those are really wonderful.
Breathe, baby, breathe.
Wow.
Good.
Like the meditative tone on the first one a lot. That was really, really kind of peaceful. And the way you read it too, the sense of comfort.
And that rectangle at the end.
I really appreciate the comments. These are all pretty fresh. Last week, this week.
Hey, gotta love the new shit, right? Hopefully, sir, you never become a hypnotist, because we're all, when you do like that, when you read like that and you step into that tone, we're all done for. We're all done for. Oh, really? Like said, I've always felt like I was a citizen of the world. You know, I think that's what we all strive to do, right? Not just stuck in a little bitty corner of the world and everyone thinks that that's all that's happening in the world, right? But when you plug into the world, you see and you listen and you taste and you hear and you feel, then absolutely. In the first one, The Pain Within, you said, I could not and would not dwell on the darkness behind. Like, that to me is just, you know, something I've been hearing recently and what I've been watching. Always moving forward, right? Always move forward, right? We are only what we choose to be, right? A shining possibility, right? And then, and you know, the way of it, you mentioned the exercise of persistence that exists there. That persistence is what makes the difference between good and great. It really does. You know, that persistence, when you're so dedicated and so focused that you can't do anything else, that's why you get masterpieces like that. Appreciate you, Ray, for coming through and sharing your magnificence with us. We truly appreciate you, sir. Make sure you come back next week. All right. Coming up next, let the church say, God damn, this dude right here is about to do you. Shout out Concrete. Shout out to Keeper of Concrete. Shout out to Lotus Generation. Listen, so many things going on, man. This cat is all over the place. He is a razor blade, that razor blade shave with. I like to call him Mr. Trainwreck. So many things. Shout out all the veterans in the building. Simplify. The one and only CP Mays in the building. Let these folks know where they can find you, folks. It is always great to see you. Come on, man. Take it away.
Shout outs to everybody who came before. Tonight's been incredible. Therapeutic. I had my wife graduated with her pre-nursing degree today. And 30-second story. And I'm sitting inside like an auditorium, kind of sorta. And it's packed with people, right? And you know, people have their blow horns and they're yelling and they're screaming and they're going off, and it's a wide open space. And before I recognize it, I'm like, there's way too many people in here. There is no cover. There are people making all of these loud, boisterous noises all around me, and I can't track where all of these noises are coming from, and I'm triggered. So I sat back and I was like, okay, I got to hit the mic today because I got some napalm in my veins today, and I just got to vent. So, men's mental health awareness, like the shit's real. Like, take care of yourselves. It's called Outlaw. I left home a hero amongst underachievers. To myself, strung out on pain. Addicted to chronic nightmares and I love yous. Here I am, proving what puts the tragic in most people's tragedies are the ones that live to survive after them. I'm almost never always happy, sad, sometimes depressed, even when I'm not. Mustering courage to pull miracles out of every moment, because maybe, if only, and perhaps are the quickest ways to refurbish your halo with regrets. Before I give up the ghost, I want to know the feeling of loving myself with the same intensity that my hate does. I often tell the man in the mirror, don't you dare call me beautiful if you want me to believe anything else you have to say. Most days my nights run together like Jack and Daniels throwing ice rocks at glass houses because slicing my wrist won't provide enough AC needed to cool off the fire. And this heart is what this poem is. There are no monsters in my closet. But when I'm still, life's still frightened to go to sleep, Nuyo, it's only because I'm deathly afraid of waking up with the goddamn devil in my bed. So I dream like the true meaning of life told me not to. Like the Grinch that stole Christmas still prefers you shop with your credit cards. I never believed I could buy back my beauty. Some of us know fulfillment lies in the chores we work to work our ugliness off. I am not the voice of the blues fierceness, bellowing behind respect the mic. I am Electric Ladyland, poet laureate of future. Please don't forget about me or the way poetry can make you feel something. Or again, here I am. I am here only because over there hasn't made up his mind on what gnaws to not make up for me to break down yet. I don't sweating it when I cry because I want Jesus to walk all over me. It's the source behind how I learned to love hard in a place where hate is way too easy, and I live for a good goddamn challenge you can call asthmatic. But that's only because we prefer to push when others pull others too hard into their own insecurities. That's why I wake up every morning, say God, tell God I'm not ready to give up the ghost, even if it's holy. Spending my days declaring to the devil, I'm sorry, I forgive me, I'm sorry, cause even fallen angels need their egos to be stroked sometimes. My soul left home a haiku. It wants to return home in that big poem. It's just when me and my words are naked, I don't know how to dress them or dress them up. But eventually I will. Before my will, this is how some of us outlaws pray. In closing, in Jesus' name we pray. Outlaw. Thank y'all for letting me vet.
That shit right there, that shit just crazy. Unmute yourself, give it up for CP, man.
That was just quintessentially Maze, you know. I have just two short things to say. Number one, that should be like the national anthem for men's self-care. Number two, Maze, are you going to pay the civil summons I just got written up by the Housing Bureau coming in here and telling me my computer's a fire hazard because this guy CP Maze is reading over?
Funny part, I was practicing a poem once, and my blinds of my window were open, and I lied to you not. Like, I put it on my children's lives. I'm practicing a poem, and a police car just slowly comes by. Like, I don't know what's going in this guy's house right now, but I might need to keep an eye on this window. So my bad.
You're good. You're good.
Nah, you just keep going.
I'm gonna get a gravestone.
Just keep going. Just keep going. That was fantastic.
CP, I'm gonna get my gravestone and I'm gonna carve my heart on it, and inside my heart is gonna say CP was here.
And his student loans. Yeah, that was it. So.
Oh my!
Yeah,
Thank
man,
you.
you give us you give us reason to be humble. I'll tell you.
Appreciate it.
Love
Listen,
you,
man.
man. Love you.
Listen, man. What you do, it's a reminder that you can give it all, right? That poetry can handle it. For some of you who might be thinking, I can't say that. People wouldn't want to hear that. Oh, that's taboo. I shouldn't say that, right? If you heard what Maze just said, right? Said you can't refurbish your halo with regret, right? I often tell the man in the mirror, don't dare call me beautiful. This fucking guy, this guy, right? There are no monsters in my closet. I'm still frightened to go to sleep, waking up with the devil in my bed. In a place where hate is way too easy, I'm not ready to give up the ghost, even if it's holy. Even fallen angels need their egos stroked sometimes. Man, like I just love how you commit, right? Like you commit to each line, right? Cracked halo and duct tape and all. Like I just appreciate that so much, man. Truly. Fucking monster. For real. Shout out to Keeper of Concrete, man. For real. Aha. Outlaw. That shit just rings, bro. For real. Appreciate you, man. All right. Coming up next, Storm Gods in the motherfucking building. This dude right here is an atmosphere rearranger. When this cat comes, you definitely know it, right? And I know a lot of people get worried, like, oh, I don't, you know what I mean? This guy's, oh my gosh, I don't want to follow. Listen, let me tell you, right? Like, when you come through a gauntlet, if you will, like, power is power, strength is strength, right? Because we make room and we set the stage as powerful as we possibly can for the next powerful being. The one and only Zomkonto in the building. Let these folks know where they can find you, man. It is always great to see you. Please take it away.
Thank you to everyone who came before me. Thank you for your gift of poetry. I wrote this a few hours ago on theme, and it's called A Willow Seed. If a willow seed knew that the labor it expends to shoot out from the darkness beneath and into view is all for a weeping tree shedding seemingly unending tears, perhaps that seed would choose to grow downwards to some place below where the molten tongue, sandwiched in the mantle, would not hesitate to bring those tears to boil and scar its roots indefinitely. Because the law of the forest dictates that if one out of the whole grieves louder than veins of leaves could contain, then its song of mourning will soon bleed into the ears of thieves who leave off stripping trunks bare for the purpose of carving the world's endless supply of electric chairs. And ask how the forest knows this. Because the ghosts of those who died in those chairs and felt the electricity singe their hair down to the soft tissue of their scalp still roam in the cold black of night, cursing the trees whose branches birthed the contraptions that carried their spirits abruptly from this world and into the void. And they can smell distinctly which is the culprit inside these woods. Because as they recall, the wooden parts of where their soon-to-be lifeless bodies were strapped down were soggy with the inconsolable anguish, much like that of the weeping willow, as if the tightening of the leather straps around each prisoner's arms felt the same as that around the throat of their widows watching from behind the glass. And that a surge of guilt began pulsing inside the wooden machine of death, such that it was harder to tell what killed them, the chair or the electricity. Ask how the forest knows, because it is the widows, clothed in mourning dresses like willow branches, who keep the cycle going, visiting their husbands' graves, tears from their chests licking faucets, mingling with the earth, nourishing the roots of fallen trees, whispering into the wind until the bitterness of their lingering song sends shoots poking out of the soil long after they have turned their crooked backs to the forest and their drooping shoulders have disappeared from view. So ask again how the forest knows, because with each ghost that roams aimlessly, the willow tree feels the agony of each condemned soul, their fears intertwining with its own, a comfortless wish to not have been born at all, but instead shoot downwards into the earth's molten core, not to be born crying like seedlings soon to be condemned to death, for the crime of crying till they are out of breath in a world that does not grieve for or with its own. Zomkonto.
Ah, damn, four. Do they even have tears at this point? I don't know. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Zomkonto.
Zomkonto! Unbelievable. Did you just do that?
Work.
Did you just go from the
Wow.
seed to the fucking ground to a forest to a fucking electric chair?
To an electric chair, yo.
To the fucking equilibrium of life and justice and breath. And did you just do that and you wrote it today?
Wow.
Yeah, that was outstanding, brother. That was outstanding.
Oh, man,
You wrote it
that's
today. Outstanding.
Outstanding. Outstanding.
Wow. Wow. See, folks, listen, for the folks who are watching on social media, this is why I say it's the greatest community in the world, right? And a few of our members have said exactly that. Oh, I wrote this today. I wrote this in the past couple of days, right? It's all new shit, right? This isn't some, recycled poem from 1964, right? This is some brand new shit. This is from the mind of poets, right? We're not going nowhere. We're going to continue to do stuff like this. You're right, CC. He did that, right? He took torture to the forest. Unstopping tears, the law of the forest, right? The song of the morning who bleed in the ears of thieves. What? The ghosts of those who died in those chairs still roam in the cold black of night. Soaking with the inconsolable, right? The wooden chair of death. Ask how the forest knows, right? Ask how the forest knows. Man, like that's gonna mess with me for a while. Really. How you made it a forest. Wow. What kind of fruit grows in that forest? Man, I appreciate you so much, Zomkonto. Appreciate you always for coming through and doing exactly what you do. Y'all make sure you are plugging in with Zomkonto, man. That cat's a monster. All right. Coming up next, you have heard this cat's voice this evening. Our resident piano man is in the building, ready to get down as usual. The one and only CC Chagra in the building. Let these folks know where they can find you, CC. Always great to see you, sir. Please take it away.
Yeah, I guess you just Google my last name and see what the great God says. Don't stop at the first thing you see. I got some, I have not been to an open since here last week, and my life's a-changing. So I'm going to do this oldie that's a quarter of a century from first time I penned this baby, almost a quarter century old, because I think I need to hear it. And fuck, I'm going to say these words and it's going to kill me. I'm going back to work. I'm starting a company. I got to make some money to pay for these songs that have to get out there. I'm hiring some guy to do the transcribing. I got to go into a studio. I'm looking for musicians to hold. The bill's getting big. and if I can't do it without going back to work. So I rolled the dice, and you'll be hearing about it. I got to call you, Elemen2al. I might be having you touch up a logo. Anyway, another thing. This is called The Sun's Coming Up. I'm going to say it. Who will join me in my life while we join with all life? And together, we're going to dream on for every next one. You see, the sun's coming up, but it's really not morning. And I am looking forward to your light in my life. Because I am in transition. My life, it's a changing. And the way it will be will not be what it was. So, as I go through this and things become heavy, stormy and gray, and not looking up, and I'll see that the ground and the long road before me might be a way to move past feeling stuck. Now I'm getting tested by work and by money. Oh, how will I feed love? How will my love be fed? But at the same time that I am living this story of my life, I just might realize I create the course of my life and the weight of my burden, and realize my state of mind is my own choice. So I'll try not to invest in what is depressing, lonely, and sad, and what feels like the end. Because really, the truth is there's a new day a-dawning. So why not the next page of my happy life? So why not just let the fact that I traveled so far through my dreams just to get to my present chance? Now, as a result of all my trials, I'll admit that I've cried enough true tears to reach here. There's plenty of poetry still living in me, and plenty of songs that I haven't sung yet, and many loving times that I haven't lived yet. many new hearts. Perhaps even the one. Oh, the sun's coming up, and so soon will the light be shining as nature unfurls what's ahead. So I'm asking you, who will join me in my life while we join with all life? And together we'll dream on for every next one. You see, the sun's coming up, but it's really not morning, and I'm looking forward to your light in my life.
Now that's a mean one, sir. Oh my goodness. See how that chord just resonated right there? Like, come on, y'all. Unmute yourself. Give it up for CC Arshadra.
CC.
Wow. SCC. Hey.
Wow. I mean, that's my favorite piece that I've heard you do on here. That was stellar.
See, 25 years ago, you knew you'd be doing this now. He had it all right in that piece.
How you like them apples, CC?
Oh, man.
Man.
Something about timing, you know, like, and I love the fervency in that poem, in that piece, and how you delivered it tonight, right? And just the way you start banging on those keys, man, which is why I wish I would have gone back and learned how to play. Piano is one of the most emotion-giving instruments, right? Like you can make someone feel however you want them to feel with the piano. And then how you say what you say, sir. You said, my state of mind is my own choice. The line that almost had me, you know, spilling out all kind of emotion here. There's still plenty of poetry still living in me. Still living in me, right? The sun's coming up, but it's really not morning. You're just amazing at what you do, sir. And I hope that you continue to do it. Life sometimes put us in positions to see exactly what we need to see exactly the path that we need to go down, right? And listen, I'm speaking from experience, right? Because I got a piece of information today that says now the door is open to that path. It's not always easy to walk down them, but once you, like I said, you wrote this years ago. And now you're getting to the point of, this is why I made that decision. This is why I made that damn choice. Got it. Glad I made it. And you did. And I'm glad you shared it with us. Truly appreciate you, sir. Really. Every time you come through. All right. One more person on the guaranteed list, one person on the good luck round. This person came through. I believe it is their first time here, right? So, but you have been with us this evening, rocking with us for most of the evening, right? So, coming to the microphone for the first time, right? Zach Frater in the building, right? Please, without giving us your 100% address, please tell us where in the world you are plugging in from this evening, if you are still with us. Zach, you in the building?
Me?
Yes.
You hear me? All right.
Yes, got you.
I want to say everyone's such great writers. It's amazing. I'm in New Mexico right now.
New Mexico. Okay. New
I'm in New
Mexico.
Mexico.
In
I have
the
a poem
building.
I wanted to read, but that's okay. I'll try.
Oh, please do.
I haven't done
Listen,
many
let
of
the
these,
folks
so
know where
we'll
they can
see.
find you if you have
I
social
want to try.
media, right?
Well,
Welcome. Welcome to the greatest community in the
500.
world, man. You see how this
We'll
is?
see.
Please take it away. Welcome.
Last week bottle found behind bed. Looks like cottage cheese poured out a dirty kitchen sink. Stale bread and yesterday beer cans left out. Miss my mother. I'm hungover. Sun through open window too bright. I pull curtains tight. Dark. Life. Two moms, neither are here. I need mother arms. Can't say which one, but love is wanted. I can't cry over spilled milk. Cry sometimes. Both moms left. Maybe at the end of my life, two moms rushed to embrace. I love you, my boy. You didn't live perfect life, but you tried. Biological mom. Been seeing her since I was born. See her in heaven. See her this life. I want to see her. I want to be held. Only person I would believe she could say, I love you, my sweet boy. Everything's all right. It's okay. Mama's here. Close your eyes. Just rest. Love in womb is unconditional. I'm sure it's a reason she couldn't do it. 3 kids, bills to pay, past indiscretions. Never know why. Mother gives birth, baby in arms, kisses forehead and says goodbye. Does she wonder what kind of life that boy leads? As a baby, he fell asleep with tears in eye, missing his mom. Second mom died. Didn't get a card. Pat on back. Hey, kid, life is hard. Hopes and prayers, empty, misguided. Lasagna dishes dropped off. A note on top. Please return the pan. How much pain before God forgives sin? Must be a past life, reincarnated. This can't be my tab. Wrong name. Always feel it's my fault. Lots of obstacles in road. How many boulders push out of the way? Sisyphus, except I see red, I feel rage. Sinking, sinking, sinking. Ocean beach, no lifeguard, but hella people watching, judging, criticizing. No rescue. I fight to get back to shore. Hear people talking. LOL, look at his form. Should swim parallel to shore. Did you hear he was adopted? He barely graduated school. Can you believe anyone ever thought he was cool? Struggle, hurt, rejection, riptide, anchor on back. What am I carrying this for? It was a struggle, not even sure why, only to find fairy tale endings don't exist, like buried and engraved next to each other. Start of life, inheritance, restless energy, rigid behavior, passed down genetic code, another round, 10/5, whiskey jug, plowed field. Chemical dependence, passed from old, probably drunk conversation, chasing women, fist fight and only moonlight, talking till dawn, holes in drywall, emotion explode. I can't be the only one. 23andMe, Northern European, Scottish, Portuguese. 2 to Tango, Night of Passion, would have been 1987. What was playing on the radio? Hope it was love song. Hope it was love making. Hope it was love. Sometimes I dream. Square up. Don't deny me my birthright. Oedipus, confrontation. At least say why. Doesn't have to end. Broken hands. Hey, old man, that hourglass is running out of sand. Admit, son, abandoned. Handed down, frantic, rapid, pain tolerance higher than average, alcohol dependent. Where were you? There's no instruction manual on passed down traits. Most people see me and think everything's okay. I have a shadow. He talks every day, says mean things, whisper in ear. TV in the other room, I don't hear it clear. Always be a little kid to me. Boy, no one wants. Hard work and pain, you have nothing to show for it. How bad has your life been? Let's rate it 0 to 10. I was awake at 9 a.m., doing my best to hear Shadow. He's laughing. Oh my, can't get out of bed. They always knew. Failure, fake, dumb, careless, reckless, nothing to show. Trash can on street, overflow. Beer cans, bottles, baggies. Trash can picked up, here bottles meet a metal trash truck. Rattles roar, echo down street. Prove them right, can't make it to work. Daughters are proud, I'm sure. I toss and turn, no sleep. Hide under covers, I scream. Shadow, go away, just go away. Last thing I need is your voice in my head. Flinching like a dog that's been hit. Eyelids closing, falling down, wide awake, shadows exposing. Little boy, you awake? Have some notes about today. Imagine if you said this. Imagine if you did that differently. People might like you, could have friends, people who gave a fuck about little Zach. Always sad. Have another drink, that'll help. Can't block out shadow rant. Always knew little Zach would drown. Mistake, past regret. someone everyone wants to forget. Representation that life doesn't go our way. Winding up, mismatched socks, lost in dryer. I guess I'm the survivor, one that got away. Winter 88, picked up from hospital, so much snow the car left tracks. Did mom regret letting me leave her hands? Did dad know? Did God look down hopeful? Did he look away, knowing that boy's life would turn out this way?
Did God look down hopeful? Damn. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Zach Frater.
Powerful.
Never stop writing, Zach. Poetry can handle it all.
Hey, I'm telling you, man. Poetry can handle it.
Never stop writing. Pretty soon you'll be the author of that story.
For real.
That's the definition of courage.
What a brave poem. I know this is not a competition, but I think Principe just found his competitor here, like these lines. I'm like, damn, that was amazing.
Yeah, inspire,
those really
inspire.
short lines were
Kunto
very
always say,
effective.
inspire, inspire.
Yes.
Inspire.
Yes.
Yeah, I really liked how all those really short lines were perfect for delivering this kind of relentless flow of images and sensations.
Amazing. I'm telling you. This is what I love about our community. This is why I say we have the greatest community in the world, because we do so many different things, right? We talk about form, we talk about style, we talk about meter, we talk about iambic pentameter. We go the full spectrum of what our craft is, right? And every single week we have people who do this, right? We appreciate you, Zach. Whenever you find yourself, needing somewhere to be on Thursday night, you kind of fucked up because you need to be here now, right? Every Thursday, because we're here for this, right? From the jump, right? Miss my mother, I'm hungover. 2 moms, neither are here. Need mother's arms, right? You didn't live a perfect life, but you tried, right? How much pain before God forgives sin, right? Like it's one of those questions that you ask in the dark, right? Ocean Beach, no lifeguard, right? I've been to Ocean Beach. It's actually really dope, and there is no lifeguard. Should swim parallel to the shore. Like, he just gave you some real game. Like, if you ever get, pulled out the sea by a riptide, you swim toward the shore, parallel with the shore. Fairy tale endings don't exist, right? Chemical imbalance, past from old, right? Holes in drywall. Yeah, I'm so thankful I got past that. He said, I hope it was love making. Hope it was love. There's no instruction manual on passed down traits. Sorry, folks. There isn't, right? Hide under the covers. I scream. Did God look down? Did God look away? Like, come on, man. That's how you do it. Welcome to the greatest community in the world. Make sure you find yourself back here next week and every other week. All right, folks. We are going to get into the good luck round, right? We have one incredibly brave soul that is going to get down with us, who has come back to hang out with us. All right. Big up, Jennifer. We are so glad that you are here this evening. We are about to rock out with the one and only Marlon Thompson in the building. Let these folks know where they can see you. It is always great to see you. Come on, man. Take it away.
Hey, thank you guys. It's good to be here again. Jennifer, it's good to see you too. So I was creating my Instagram account. I'm in technology, but not so much on the platform, social media so much. So definitely because of this community, I will very much soon have a Instagram account. So bear with me, guys. In keeping with the theme, it's sowing seeds. So I'm doing a piece called I Refuse to Be Limited. Seeds, words are seeds. They take root and they also bear fruits. So I'm doing I Refuse to Be Limited. You guys are hearing me, right? Okay, great. I refuse to be limited. I refuse to be limited by challenge, fear, and persecution. I refuse to be limited by labels, stigmas, barriers, and accusations. I refuse to be limited by circumstances, conditions, and situations. I refuse to be limited. May God extend my borders and my territory even beyond this shore. I refuse to be limited. I refuse to be limited. May these words not be like landslide on the hillside, like rust on a zinc fence or butter in the sun, but may these words take root and bear good fruits. May these words echo from the mountain tops. May these words resound in the atmosphere. May these words dance in the streets. May these words break, yes, break all spiritual chains that wants to keep me in bondage. May these words silence, yes, every no good word that was ever spoken over my life. I refuse to be limited. See, I will not accept defeat because I refuse to be limited. I will not accept failure because I refuse to be limited. I refuse to stay at home and to soak my pillows with tears, staring at my ceiling with no vision, no plan or course of action. Just another day of wishful thinking? No, it's not going to happen. This time I'm stepping out. This time I believe God because I refuse to be limited. When I say I refuse to be limited, I'm not boasting. I'm not boasting about tomorrow, but I'm stating my claim today. When I say I refuse to be limited, I'm not just using intellectual rhymes to state a philosophy. See, I'm making a proclamation because I'm declaring a declaration, because I'm standing on this affirmation because of my determination. I refuse to be limited. May these words find place in time and space. May the universe favors me with God's good grace because I refuse to be limited. Thank you.
And that is exactly how you tell the universe that you refuse. Unmute yourself. Give it up for Marlon Thompson.
Wonderful.
All right, brother, we listening. We hear you.
There. Great
And the
message.
universe is all
hot.
ears.
That was on. That was on the one.
You know, one of the things I loved about that is that you could even transcend form if you really listen to it. You don't even need this. It's even bigger than that. You're still singing, still singing.
Yeah.
To be limited.
Great stuff. Solid. Rock solid.
For real.
Yeah, thanks for hanging out here so late, too.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Look, all these things, right? Oh, listen, I told y'all, right? The community shows you the love that you deserve. I refuse to be limited. It sounds a lot like something that I say, right? Failure is not an option, right? I refuse to be limited, right? He said words take root and become fruit. Come on, man. Right? We challenge fear and persecution, right? Landslide on the hillside, right? Let it echo from the mountaintops. May these words dance in the streets, right? I will not accept defeat. Of course not. Just another day of wishful thinking? We don't have time for that, right? I'm staking my claim today, making a proclamation, standing on this affirmation. That is how it's done, right? That is how people know. That's how the world knows that you are here to do what you need to do. Appreciate you, as the community said, for rocking with us so late and bringing the heat, man. Truly, truly appreciate you. All right. One more poet. She came in and we're going to make room for her. Jennifer, it is always great to see you. Please let these folks know where they can find you. Like I said, it's great to see you. Please take it away.
Hi, Elemen2al. Hi, everybody. I'm at the moment in Jamaica, but I'm leaving here on the 20th of June, heading for New York and New Jersey till the 30th of June. What I'm going to do is titled Stripping Myself. Oh, you can find me on Instagram, on Facebook. So I'll just start. I appreciate your concern. Through my writings, I am stripping myself completely naked, making myself totally vulnerable for them to use and misuse me. My writings are not all about me. They are the joys, the pains, more than a few of us. Then you discover yourself, possibly look at you. My imagination creeps, strays, speaks, is everywhere, forming pictures in my mind, evolving in letters, words on paper. My imagination is simply delving into man's mind, X-raying man's thoughts, feeling man's emotions, showing me, showing you, showing us all. We are. I speak for all who are not afraid to speak themselves. So I have got words out. Thank you.
Yo, and even with the horrible connection, we still got that work. Unmute yourself, give it up for Jennifer.
Yeah, there was that one line, "We are," and I want to know what those few words were.
Thank you so much for sharing.
Thank you. Thank you.
Very nice. Very nice.
So let us know when you're up this way. You never know. My life's going crazy, but I might be passing up and down the coast.
Yeah, safe travels.
Thank you very much.
Yes, indeed. Listen, this is why I truly believe we need somewhere, something, right? There's far too much talent around the world that comes to the same place, right? We need to capture it, folks. But I'll get into that in a minute. Listen, Jennifer, thank you for pulling up on us. And when you come through to do something like that, right? When you come through with a poem like Stripping Myself, you do make yourself totally vulnerable, right? And you do kind of discover yourself in those moments when you are fearless enough to be completely and totally vulnerable, right? That is the only way that you actually get to who you are, is when you are that vulnerable, right? Forming the pictures in my mind, evolving into words on paper, like that transition to me is one of the most sacred things that human beings can do, right? Is accept that download from wherever you get your inspiration from and then be able to manifest that on paper. That to me is a miracle, right? Because everyone can't do that because everyone's not plugged into that. To me, miracles sound like poems. And I thank all of you for sharing all of your incredible work with us. It has been an amazing evening. From the first poet this evening, Catman Bill, to the last poet this evening, Jennifer, all the way out in Jamaica. Listen, y'all are so absolutely amazing. I can't thank you enough. Shout out to Bonnie Soloway. Shout out Marianne Teff. Shout out Natalia Mendez. Shout out the daughter of Krypton. Shout out Gustav Salas. Get well soon, man. Sending all kind of positive energy and healing vibes toward Gustav Salas. Hopefully you feel better soon, sir. To all of you, I thank you so much for rocking with us this Thursday. You could have been anywhere else in the world, but you were here. And that's all that matters. Stay tuned for all the incredible things that the Nuyorican Poets Cafe is going on. Plug into the website, get yourself some merch representing your part of the world. Let them know that you are a member of the greatest community in the world, folks. Hang out. We're going to go to the cipher for a few minutes. Listen, to everyone, I thank you all. I hope to see you all next week. We're going to end the night like this until we meet again. May this energy we conjured this evening supercharge the rest of your week. Take this power, inspire others, energize creativity as we all hope to do through the spirit of Miguel Agarin. Your voice is appreciated, necessary, and always valuable in this space. Thank you for sharing it with us. On behalf of the greatest community in the world, it has truly been a pleasure spending Thursday night with y'all. Until next week, peace.